Hey VC, Gary's Vinyl Dungeon here. It's been a while since I made a video. Been rather sick since Christmas actually. First I had problems with my digestive tract, and now I've come down with flu-like symptoms, and I had to go to the doctor's office, which sent me to the hospital because I was having a really bad congestion in my lungs, and I was, afraid it might have been the coronavirus. And they did a test on me, and I'm waiting for the results to come back. Hopefully it'll be today sometime. They told me 4 days. That was Monday. Today's the first day I actually felt better, but I don't feel good, so I'm going to try to get through this without coughing. But I got so much stuff to go over. I've purchased a new Yamaha receiver. It's the RN803. Best 2-channel receiver I've ever had. I've never really bought much of the Yamaha equipment. I've always bought Pioneer, Marantz, Denon, stuff like that, but I'm really pleased with that receiver. And I also bought 2 new speakers. I don't know if you can see that there, but they're the JBL, they're bookshelf, JBL Studio 530s. They sound fantastic. Highly recommend. They're on sale now for $2.99. That is a hell of a deal. If anybody's interested, but you can find them all over the place for $2.99, or you can go right to JBL's website. Really a great sounding bookshelf speaker. There's a lot of reviews on them on YouTube. Okay, let me get right down to this here. Oh, first of all, I'm going to show you. I got this idea from Brandon over at Mr. Hall of Fame about making up some of these box sets, doing his own box sets. This one here is Tom Petty. I got all Tom Petty's stuff in here, even Mudcrutch, all his solo albums, greatest hits. They all kind of fit in here nicely. Now the only one I didn't have, which everybody knows is hard to get, is Wildflowers. I found a place in UK that sold brand new ones, but they were well, I didn't know at the time, but they're unofficial. But it sounded great. There was no problem with it. Here's another one. This is ZZ Top. I made this up because I had mostly all their albums. I'm only missing a couple, but that's that. There's a few of the later albums I didn't have, and I don't think there's a few of them there that they didn't even put out on vinyl yet. At least I couldn't find anywhere. But that's kind of cool. I like that. I'm gonna try to do this fast because I have so much shit has happened in the last 3 or 4 months since I made a video. I just got this one on sale. This is the Garth Brooks Legacy box set with the CDs and the albums. Everybody's seen this. But it went on sale on Amazon for $29.99. So I'm not a huge Garth Brooks fan, but I figured for $29 for what you get. I actually listened to him, and there's a lot of songs in there I never even heard of, but they're decent songs. But I've gotten so much stuff here. I just got this in. This is Birds, all the Columbia albums. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 CDs of the Birds. And I don't know if you can see them, but it's all mostly the earlier ones, and they sound really good. I've gotten a lot of CDs too over there. A lot of Rush albums that I didn't have on vinyl that I wasn't going to spend the money that they wanted on that. But let me get to that. Tom Petty, because I'll show it to you. It's a little different. It's a little different than the regular Wildflowers. The little square is a little smaller. It sounds good, but when I tried to enter it in Discogs, it said it was unofficial. but sounds excellent. But yeah, that's that. Let's see. I got so much stuff going on in my head right now. I'm trying to get all this into one video without spending a whole lot of time on it. Okay, here's the new Green Day album. Just came out, I think January, I believe it was. Now it's either 5 stars or 1 star when you look up reviews on this. I liked it a lot. When I first played it, I was like, The only reason that people didn't like it, I think, was because it's a little different than Green Day's previous albums. But I thought they were good, catchy tunes, and it's almost like an EP. It's not very long. I think it's like 26 minutes long, but I liked it a lot. Good sound quality, and it's got some good songs in it. There's another one I picked up. This is used. That was new. This is the Moody Blues. I don't know if everybody's ever seen this. It's a double album. It's like a greatest hits. If anybody ever wanted to get into the Moody Blues and didn't have any of their stuff, this is like the perfect album because it's got all their good songs on it, and it's off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different albums. But try not to get the glare on this. It's a good album. Good quality sound to it. Next, I got the new Ozzy Osbourne album. Try to keep this glare off. It's hard. I like this a lot. Sounds good, quality, and that's another one. People either loved it or didn't like it, but that's the way it goes. Let's see. This is Santana, I believe. I think that's what this one is. Welcome. Isn't that Santana? I'm trying to think. I'm still sick here. I think this is Santana. Yeah. Yeah. This is Santana. It's a good album. I don't know if anybody has it. I've never seen anybody show that, but this is a demo, white label demo. Sounds really good, and got some good tunes on it. Here's one I picked up. This was a new album. I used to play this a lot when I was younger. A friend of mine had this album. We'd just sit around and party and listen to this. But New Riders of the Purple Sage, and it's Panama Red. The Adventures of Panama Red. And it's got the song Panama Red on it, of course. But that's a good album. I like a lot of the songs on there, so it turned out all right. Let's see. Jethro Tull. This is a really good album. Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. This is a good album. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. I've seen other people show this, but I actually like this album. I'll tell you, I haven't really watched many people's videos lately, just a few here and there. And a lot of these I've only listened to one side. I've had such a tremendous headache, I just haven't been able to listen to much music. This is Pete Townsend, Scoop. I can't remember. I thought this might have been one of his earlier solo albums. I'm not sure. Another really good album. I like this one a lot. This is Alchemy, Dire Straits live album. If you like Dire Straits, this is a good album to have. This is the first pressing. It's a UK. It was recorded in '83. The album is a double live album that came out in '84. But it's good, real good album. Now this album here, this is a must-have. I don't know what took me so long to buy this album, but this is Queen's Greatest Hits 2. The sound quality on this album is phenomenal. I mean, it just got it almost sounds like a MoFi pressing. That's how good it is. But it's got all the good songs on it. This came out in '92. I've already put a lot back on the shelf, but like I said in my last video or the one before that, I was out getting first copies of Stones albums, and I've picked up some, and I've tried to get them in good shape. You got to really pay out the yin yang when they're in good shape, but there's two of them. That's a remaster. This is what I picked up. There's two different versions of this. One's a UK version, one's a United States version. And the UK version has, I think it's UK version, has Let's Spend the Night Together. No, I think it's the other way around. American version does. But another good album. I picked this up, Blue and Lonesome. This is a fairly recent Rolling Stones album. It's got a good sound to it. It's 2016 it came out. It's their 23rd studio album. I think I have every one of them. Okay, here's another album. This is Red Rider. This is a decent album. I enjoyed it. Got some catchy tunes. It's on the Capitol Rainbow. Let me see, I don't remember what year this came out. I don't know. I got too much to go through here to worry about that. Quicksilver, Coming Through. Anytime I see Quicksilver out, I try to pick it up. It's a good album. I liked it. This is Dark Horse album. Of course, John Lennon. Yeah, seriously, on my head's at George Harrison. I looked right at him and said, John Lennon. That don't look like John Lennon. Man, I hope I don't start coughing. I'll have to quit this video. YouTube Greatest Hits album. Everybody knows this album though. This is the best of Bon Jovi, Crossroads. It's a Red album. This was out in '94. This is this is a Walmart special, and they're red. Here's Savoy Brown, Make Me Sweat. This has come out in '98. I'm trying to get the glare off of there. And I've already put a lot of records back on the shelf that I bought back in around Christmas time that I just got tired of them sitting out. This is another Savoy Brown, Rock and Roll Warriors. This is came out in 2000 actually. Van Morrison, An Articulate Speech of the Heart. This is on Warner Brothers. This came out in '83. This is his 14th studio album. I went on a rampage here and tried to gather up all my Rush albums that I didn't have. This is the first one. I found an original copy of this one, which is in really good shape. I was surprised that I found this one. And then some of the ones that I couldn't find, I actually bought them on CD, so I think I actually have all the Rush albums. Most of them on vinyl. There's a few I had to get on a CD. But most of the ones on CD are like Greatest Hits albums. This is Rush Presto. This is on Atlantic. And this is first copy. Waiting for the Sun, Doors album. I had this, but it wasn't in the best of shape. So I wanted a new copy, so I bought a new copy of it. So a 180 gram reissue. I don't know if that, but before I forget, I just had a phone call right before I was in the process of making this video and I had to start over. But I had to put my turntable, the music hall in the shop. One side went open, one of the wires, and I felt so sick. I didn't feel like messing with it, so I took it and had it fixed. I had to go to some place all the way over in Washington, D.C., and actually my wife drove it there. Because I've been feeling so bad. That was nice of her. It's a little over an hour drive, but they just called me and said it's ready. And he said it was plenty of slack in the tone arm down into the bottom of the turntable to just pull up the slack and put new ends on it, which I was glad. I'm glad I didn't have to have new wires put in. But 125, which I didn't think was too bad. Now here is Priest Live. I didn't have this album. I've always was trying to catch it out in the wild, and I finally just said screw it, and I bought one. It's a new, but it sounds really good. So, and as you people know, if anybody's a Priest fan, that's a good album. Here's Men at Work, Business as Usual. This came out in '81. This was their debut album, and it's on Columbia Red Label. Trying to. Here's another one I like a lot. This is the new Who album. And a lot of people have shown this, but it's a really good album. I like it a lot. I was impressed with it. Here's Hell Freezes Over, Eagles. I had a copy of this. It wasn't very good, so I just bought a new copy. This was out in '94. This only had 4 new tracks on it, and they all went to #1, all 4 of them. But I would have liked to have seen the whole album, new material, but I think they kind of got together and put it out, and that's what they came up with, was the 4. This is Alice Cooper, Love It to Death. This has got 18 on it. This is on Warner Brothers Green Label. Now I got some jazz here I picked up. Cannonball Adderley, John Coltrane Quintet in Chicago. Jazz classics, it says. Been really trying to get into more jazz. I love putting it on and sitting back and relaxing and listening to some jazz. Here's Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. It's a limited edition. It's on purple wax. Another good. It's got a really good sound to it. And this came out in February of '63. It was recorded in September of '62. And here's another John Coltrane, Giant Steps. This is on the Atlantic label. This came out in 1960. This was his 5th studio album. Miles Davis, Birth of the Cool. This is another good album. This came out in '57. It's a compilation album. Good album. Highly recommend it. Here's a Bird album, live at the Royal Albert Hall in 1971, but I think it's a fairly new release. Came out in 2008, but it was recorded in '71. But I love Birds, man. I love the Birds. Here's another one. I found this is an original pressing. This is our 6th studio album. This is Sweetheart of the Radio. I had a new copy of this, but when I seen the first edition, I picked it up. And it's pristine, man. It looks brand new. The band in concert, Rock of Ages. This came out in '72. It got to number 6 on the Billboard chart. Man, my nose. Another band album. It's Cahoots. It's on the Green Capitol. 4th studio album came out in '71, and it also has Van Morrison on it. One of the songs. Let's see, Pink Floyd Relics. course, there's 2 albums. One is the UK release, and one's the American release. I think America and Canada. And I like looking up things when I get these. The first one, the one in the UK, was actually a drawing by Nick Mason. This came out in '71. And this is actually, this picture of this guy on here, that's actually an antique bottle opener that they put on the front of there. I don't know if anybody ever knew that. A little trivia. But I thought it was pretty cool. I like this album too. This Badfinger, No Dice. This is their 3rd studio album. And I love Badfinger, man. Good album. And then I picked up, let's see. These are Styx. These are reissues. They came out later. I forget what year they came out. But this is a 4th studio album. They changed the name of them on some of them that they came out. This is, no, that's these that are reissues. This one I think is an original. Man of Miracles. This was '74. It's on Wooden Nickel label. This was the last album on the Wooden Nickel label, too. Now, these I know are reissues. All 3 of these were reissues. You can tell that even the covers were different. And basically, this is the first one. And now on this one, it's just called Miracles. And changed the cover, obviously. But let's see. I didn't put down the year this came out. 80. Yeah. But it's the same album. Different cover, different name. This is Serpent. This is on RCA label. This is a reissue from '80, but this album came out in '73. And it's, like I said, the cover's different. This is Lady. Same thing. Come out in '80. This was recorded. This is a compilation album. It was recorded from '71 to '74 off some of their live performances. Oh, here's another one. Kilroy was here. This is, I just wanted a better copy of the one I had. Okay. Made in England, Iron Maiden. Big Iron Maiden fan. Love listening to them. This is of course a live album. This came out in '89, but it's from the '88 tour, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son tour. These things are piling up. The Yardbirds album, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck. Let's see. This is a German release. I remember that. It's on Babylon Budget. It's a compilation album. I had a hard time finding information on that album. Here's Best of Manfred Mann. This came out in '77. It's on Light Blue Capital. Manfred Mann, Chapter 3. The record's in perfect shape. This came out in '69, but it's got where they punched a hole in it, it got tore there. They put the hole too close to the edge, but the record's in perfect shape. So now here's some John Mayall. I like his earlier stuff better than the later albums, but I still, when I see them, I pick them up when I can, because I usually like them. They're not usually bad material. John Mayall, The Turning Point. I know this is one of his favorite groups. This is live at the Fillmore East on Polydor. This is a promo copy, John Mayall, and let's see, what's this one called? 10 Years Are Gone. That's the name of it. This came out in '73. It's a double album. Also on Polydor. Very special double album. John Mayall, Back to the Roots. This is '71. And this has Eric Clapton and Mick Taylor on it, on some of the songs. Another John Mayall, Best of John Mayall. '73 this came out. This would be the earlier stuff. I hit a honey hole with John Mayall. Banquet in Blues. This is on ABC Records. It's kind of like a yellow and orange label. I've played all these, but I need to get everything put away, man. All around my whole desk is just covered in records. John Mayall, No More Interviews. This is '78. This is on DJM Records. What's this here? John Mayall again. Hardcore Package, it's called. '77. It's on ABC Records again. John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. This is A Hard Road. Peter Green's in it. This is a mono copy. It's on London, Red London album. Yeah, early pressing. '67 came out. It's his second studio album. Two more Jethro Tull albums. This is M.U., the Best of Jethro Tull. This is came out in '76, and it's from '69 to '75 songs that are on it. It's on Chrysalis. Crest of a Knave. I think that's how you pronounce that. Jethro Tull. It's on Chrysalis. Which one was this? That's his 16th studio album. Jethro Tull, Broadsword. It's kind of a cool cover. See that? Chrysalis. And Thick as a Brick. Portishead. I first seen this shown by Jeff Kempen, and he seems to like it. And when I played it, I had never heard of it. Never heard of Portishead, actually. So that shows you where my head was. This is their debut album in '94, named after a nearby town in the UK. Midnight Oil, Red Sails into the Sunset. This is an okay album. It's not their best. This came out, this is their fifth studio album, come out in '84. This is 3 years before Diesel and Dust album, Beds Are Burning, you know that album, but yeah. Here's Steve Perry, Street Talk. I had a copy of this already, but it was not in real good shape. This is like perfect. This is his first solo album. This is '84. Fleetwood Mac Live. This is from '81, double LP. It come off of the Tusk tour, which was '79 through '80. But, good album. Let's see, I got shit all over the place here. King Crimson, Three of a Perfect Pair. It's on Warner Brothers. This is their 10th studio album. Came out in '84. Let's see. I believe this is 6th studio. It's called Hideaway. I believe this is America. I think this is America. I can't remember. Let's see. I think it is though. Doesn't say it anywhere, but I think it's America. Okay. Oh well. Moving on. Here's an album that I had on CD, and then I decided just to get it on vinyl. This is Pink Floyd, Endless River. It's not my favorite album by them. It's mainly instrumentals. It's not a real bad album, it's just not their best. Here's Iron Butterfly, Sun and Steel. This is their 6th studio album. It's on MCA Records. Shit. Sugar's way up from being sick. Here's Marshall Tucker Band, Dedicated. This is a promo. It's a good album, I like it. Actually, this is dedicated to Tommy Caldwell, who was, and his brother Toy, who was, they were both killed, 2 of the band members. And they came out with this album to dedicate it to them. This is Grace Slick, Jefferson Starship. This is the first album after Jefferson Airplane. This was kind of a transitional album, and it's called Dragonfly, and I liked it a lot. It's a good album. This is like I said, it's their first studio album as Jefferson Starship. Here's Deep Purple, the Book of Taliesin. This is their 2nd studio album, come out in '68. Good album. Let's see, Fog Hat. What's this called? Something Rude. Oh, Inside. What is it? In the Mood for Something Rude. This is their 11th studio album. It's not a bad album. It's Fog Hat, man. They've had so many different band members, and they're hit or miss, you know. This one I like more than that one. This one's called Boogie Motel, and I really like this album. This is come out in '79. It's their 8th studio album. Roger Waters, called Radio Chaos. I actually enjoyed this album. This was pretty good. Of course, I don't know if, I've never seen that shown, but it's a pretty good album. Carolina Country Ball by a group called Elf. This is a music on vinyl, recommended by a guy up at the record store, and I liked it. So anytime I can find a new group to listen to, it's good by me. Another Pink Floyd album, broadcast in Rome, Italy in 1968, May 6th. It's almost looks like I think this might even have been a bootleg, I'm not sure. I kind of forget right now. This came out in 2018. But if anybody knows any more information on this, I didn't write nothing down on it. I looked it up, but I totally forgot about it now. But, yep, there's that. And I believe that's, of course, I got a whole pile there. I got some there. And they're all stuff I bought from a collection for $40. I think there was 250. Most of them I threw away. They were in too bad a shape. But since I do have it's not too far gone here, 35, I'll show you some of the CDs. I'm always buying CDs, and I'm very rare on showing you them. Linda Ronstadt. This is a good. It's got Warren Neville on it. Really a good album. Love his voice, and it's just the quality of this recording is really, really good. But I'm trying to think. Cry Like a Rainstorm. That's what that one is. Western Stars. Bruce Springsteen. The more I listen to that album, the more I like it. I've probably listened to it 10 times. Here's one, Rush, the Time Stands Stills, the collection. These are all like greatest hits albums. ZZ Top, Mescalero. This is one, I don't think they put this out on vinyl ever. I've looked everywhere. I didn't even see any used ones, so I'm kind of thinking it wasn't. The only one you can find is on CD, so I'm thinking it was never issued on vinyl. Green Day, Dookie. I had that. I just picked it up at the local Goodwill for $2. Same way with this one. U2, How to Mantle an Atomic Bomb. I already had that one too. When I see them there for $2, I pick them up. This is Greatest Hits 74 to 87, Rush. Spirit of the Radio. Like I said, Greatest Hits albums. Retrospective 74 to 80, Rush. As you can see, I'm a big Rush fan. It always amazed me when I was younger, the sound that 3 people could make. Kind of like Grand Funk Railroad, when you listen to them, you know, you're like, man, how the hell do they sound so good with just 3 people? But here's another one, Rush album. This is another one. This is called Roll the Bones. Working Men, Rush, again. And these are 3 that Trish sent me that I had out playing the other day. That's been a while now, I guess probably 6 weeks ago. I had forgotten I didn't send her anything. Actually, I found those CDs in the bottom here, and I had forgotten all about them. Got out and started listening to them, then it hit me that I never sent her anything. And I got out some of my doubles and sent her some CDs, because I don't think she has a turntable. But, see, I think that's it. Another thing I wanted to tell you, these speakers here, I got them because I have the JBL Studio 580s, the floor standing, and I wanted to have the matching, you know, speaker with that. Of course, this woofer's a little smaller than that one. This is 4, I think, or it might be 5, and that's 6. Now the next one up from that, the 590, it's got the 8-inch woofer in it. But the compression horns that are in these, man, they really sound good, crystal clear, and they're not too hard on the ears. They sound pretty good, and it definitely made an improvement on the sitting here listening. And what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, I don't know if anybody's ever gotten one of these, but I bought this 1001 Songs You Must Hear Before You Die. There's a lot of different versions of this. This says updated version, and a lot of these I would pull up because I never heard of them, and I would find them on Spotify or Amazon and listen to them. And I don't know why they wanted me to listen to it, to be honest with you, because I didn't really like it. But it's kind of fun. I don't know if anybody's ever got one. It's just a neat book to have, just to look through it. You know, it's basically set up by years, from early years to the later years. It's an enjoyable thing to look at, though, when you're just sitting around doing nothing. Oh yeah, that's right. I got to do this. Eric sent me Eric Weinbender sent me a VCLT. And let's get on with that. I had almost forgot about that. I told Eric the other day I was going to make a Sunday. He made a video and put it out. And I told him I was going to do this because I felt so bad. I haven't really been into making videos, mainly because I couldn't hardly talk. I was constantly coughing. But he sent me this. It was a total surprise. My wife brought it in. She thought I had bought some more records. But I just slit this right before I started making the video. So we'll get into this. I'm glad I turned around there and seen that. Or I would have been having to turn around and make another one. Okay. Here's from Eric. It says Gary. It doesn't say spoilers or anything, so let's look and see what we got here. Eric, you never know what you're going to get with Eric. That's what I like so much about him, man. He's unpredictable. But Gary, you're a hard guy to shop for with such an impressive and ever-growing collection. Still, I think the world of you and wanted to get you something. I saw these and thought of you. I hope you enjoy. Your friend Eric Weinbender. Good guy. He really is a generous person, and I enjoy his videos a lot. And let's see what I got here. Weirdos. I think it's a model. That's just like him, though. Weirdo. I guess he's trying to tell me something. It says it's a psycho cyclist. This cat's a terror on the road in front of the mirror. Skill level 2. Yeah, it's a model because it says testers. But yeah, man, I will put that together and I'll show you when I get it built. It might take a little while, but he's pretty eclectic. Eric is. He likes just about every kind of music you can think of. This Sail Cat, Motorcycle Mama, and Sail Cat, but it's gatefold with all different motorcycles on here. Thank you, Eric, man. I'm just glad you thought of me, man. This is cool. I like stuff like this. I'm always buying weird shit myself. Side 1, Rainbow Road, The Thief, Highway Rider. I'm not sure. Court Pickett and John Weicker. This came out in October of '71. Highway Riff, The Dream, You Got a Daughter, Ambush, BB Gun, It'll Be a Long Time, Motorcycle Mama. Now, I had a motorcycle compilation of a bunch of different, like, it had Bad Company, stuff like that on it, and it had Motorcycle Mama on it, and I'm not sure if this is the same people. It might have been because it was an old CD that I had. Walking Together Backwards, on the brighter side of it all. Thank you, Eric. It's on Elektra Records. But anything to do with motorcycles. Man, I used to love motorcycles so much, man, and I recently had to sell mine because of my balance just isn't there anymore from getting old and having diabetes. And I hated selling that thing. When I seen the guy drive off with it, man, I almost started crying. But I've been on a motorcycle my whole life, and I kind of knew it was the end of an era, you know. But yeah, thank you, Eric. I really appreciate this, man. Like I said, you didn't have to do anything like that. I send people stuff, and I'm not into really getting it back. I'm not to sound strange or bragging or anything, but usually if there's anything I want, I buy. You guys know that from all the shit I show you. But yeah, I don't hold back too much. one thing is I don't have any young children anymore. You know, well, I know a lot of you guys still have young kids around, and I know the money it takes to raise kids nowadays, man. Just to buy them tennis shoes, take you to the poorhouse. But yeah, and I guess that's wrapping it up here. This is good, Eric. Even though you think I'm a weirdo. I'm hoping I hear from the hospital today and tell me I don't have the coronavirus. Monday, I had a really hard time breathing, man. I felt like I had a weight on my chest, and you could hear it rattling in there, and I was having a hard time getting my breath, and that's what scared me. Before that, I just felt like I had a cold for a week, because my grandson came over, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that. I had new flooring put in up on the second floor, and he came over to help me get all the furniture ranged and clean, and I bought a TV wall mount that pulled out and turned that I wanted, and he came over to help me do all that. He had just gotten over a bad cold, and I was thinking that's what I had, just a cold, but then they didn't have the stuff in the chest thing, and it kind of scared me. You know, but this virus going around, it affects old people more than young people, and it kind of scared me, to be honest with you. But hopefully they'll call me today and say I don't have it. But if they do, God, I'm gonna be isolated another probably 2 or 3 weeks, which I guess I'll have to get out and walk around the neighborhood. I did put the battery in my tractor. I had it in on a trickle charger all winter. It makes the batteries last longer. It's a smart charger, so it don't overcharge. It just charges when it needs it. And I put that in, and my grass was getting real long right around the deck where the dogs pee. The grass, it's like fertilizer. The grass grows deep there, and so I trimmed all that up. But it won't be long, we'll all be mowing grass. So today, I believe today's the first day of spring. I believe it is. I think that's what I heard this morning. But anyway, as soon as I start feeling better, I'll be back in the loop here. And I had trouble with my digestive tract for like 3 months. Everything I ate just kind of fought me, belched it up, and it's been terrible. They did a test where they've seen how fast my stomach emptied, and that come back fine. Matter of fact, I didn't even have to take the last set of pictures because they said it was empty already. But they give you these scrambled eggs that are got contrast in them, and it shows up on the screen. It was kind of cool. They took pictures, and I could see it going down around all my different large and small intestine. It was kind of neat. But okay, I think that's about it. I'll wrap it up, and everybody stay healthy and listen to the warnings about staying in and not going out, because this stuff is serious. And I've seen people, there was young kids on TV down in spring break saying they weren't going to let any virus stop them from partying. I don't understand young kids, man. I really don't. Even as a young kid, I was crazy, but if there was something going around that could kill your ass, I wouldn't have been down at New Daytona. But I guess I might have been a little smarter than them, but who knows. But okay, guys, take care.